Hello everyone and now welcome to a game between JohnnyCage and Xinxin. This game taking place here on Northern Isle. JohnnyCage has spawned as the orange night elf over here on the bottom left hand side of the map. Let me go ahead and try and fix the colors. There we are. JohnnyCage on the bottom left hand side of the map as the orange night elf. Meanwhile, Xinxin is spawning as the teal orc on the top right. A couple of things to note. First thing, well, Blizzard will be releasing a patch for Warcraft 3, trying to balance things a bit more, and I am curious as to how how it will really all turn out. There was actually a lot of thought and a lot of adjustment and readjustment in the Warcraft 3 playtest realm patch, and well, I want to see what the players and what new strategies will come of it. Blade Masters, I think the mirror images will be doing a little bit of damage, also giving a little bit of experience. You can, once the finalized playtest realm patch or the official patch is released, I will be going over the notes and making my predictions on what's going to be changing. But I am looking forward to it. But I will say that I am definitely looking forward to this patch change more so than the previous ones, since there's actually they are actually addressing some of the balance overall. Don't forget the immolation buff as well. Yeah, so immolation, it does more damage and cost more mana. So it's kind of a bit strange how you read it. You're just like, okay, the damage is changed per tick, um, right? And but then again, there's more ticks per second. So those are things that you have to kind of like look at and in order and analyze and think about how it's all gonna break down later on. Anyways, Keeper of the Grove will be making rounds out here in just a moment, going after this Null Warden creep camp, as the Gloves of Haste will be dropped here. Peon now trying to come by. We're going to see an Entangle. No Entangle as of yet. No summoning of Tree Ants either, as we're looking at some damage just starting to rack up slowly but surely. Null Warden going to get taken down, picking up Gloves of Haste, finally summoning those Tree Ants now, as that Ice Troll does get taken down. Off to the north, Blade Master going after the Null Warden creep camp, taking down this Ice Troll as well. Blade Master picks up Gloves of Haste, gonna be helpful here. And I guess the timing for JohnnyCage was so that, well, he's able to have two long sets of Treants join in on the battle here. There's one Treant in the back here. This Treant will end up getting taken down pretty quickly. Gonna end up losing a bit of that aggro. This Treant needs to join in on the battle to try and absorb a bit of damage. You don't want your longer life Treants to actually end up falling first, as well, they're there to try and absorb that 600 points of damage. Ogre Magi going to get taken out. More Treants joining in on the fight here. Wisp now making its way over, as the Blade Master does sit at level 2 and is now making his quick run down to the south with that, well, Scroll of Speed. Scroll of Speed trying to close in on that distance, perhaps catch a little bit of a free experience. Gonna go ahead and take down that Ice Troll Priest and now go after that Tree of Life, perhaps forcing a cancellation. Either just finish your stacked 2v2 game cast. Oh yeah, that was a very, very fun game to cast. And going back and forth. Happy Lynn, yeah, that was a lot of fun just watching and playing that game down there. Anyways, Blade Master running back off to the north after stopping or at least delaying this expansion attempt, as JohnnyCage now building that Tree of Life a little bit further away. It's Game of the Year contender already. Yeah, it and we're only in January, so hopefully we'll continue to see more players being introduced to Warcraft 3. All of the ups and downs, a little bit of randomness, but just the really strong and great gameplay that Warcraft 3 has to offer. And well, there is actually hope for the real-time strategy of RTS genre. I know Stormgate by Frost Giant Games is being discussed, and I believe a closed alpha is already in development there. If there's anyone from Frost Giant Games, hey, if you want me to come on over by your studios, I do live very much nearby. Um, you know, do some casting and stuff like that. That would actually be a lot of fun, but I don't know if anyone actually knows anyone from Frost Giant Games to get me in the door there. Coming back through, taking on a couple of those Murlocs, gonna go ahead and finish them off. Blade Master still sitting at level 2 after all this time. Keeper of the Grove getting closer to level 3 and also has, well, items that the Blade Master would be envious of. Claws of Attack +9 and Gloves of Haste. All right, coming back down to the south side here, Tree of Life taking a little bit of a beating, but while trying to stay alive here. Archer gonna try and will hold against this Blade Master. Shadow Meld not gonna work. And even if it does work, there is that dust of appearance on that Blade Master. So the Blade Master going to be able to get into more Windwalk strikes there, as we now see the Tree of Life suffering a bit of damage here. Xinxin is actually in a great spot, pressuring at just the right times. If he can delay this Tree of Life, that would be huge, but it looks like that Tree of Life will end up getting that fortified armor. And now the Keeper of the Grove going after a lone, well, left behind grunt, so to speak. By the way, I was surprised to find so teaming up with Fly. Did Yumiko stop playing, or is that showing my age as well? Yeah. Hey, Dust Wallow Dweller. All right, Tree of Life now completed. Gonna go ahead and uproot itself, make its way across. Shadow Hunter already out on the battlefield. Stronghold is completed. And obviously, as we're looking at the Shadow Hunter, Spirit Lodge, and Bestiary all being built up at the same time. Meanwhile, JohnnyCage behind this has tech to tier 2 as well. He has his Goblin Alchemist, a classic strategy, or I guess now I can call it a classic strategy of old, happening earlier, well, prior to the pandemic, with that Goblin Alchemist's healing spray and acid bomb 1-2 combination. Keeper of the Grove trying to go after this Ice Troll Warlord, trying to get that last bit of experience. Who's going to get the experience right there? Is the Blade Master going to get it? No, he does, or Blade Master does get it, gets very close to level 3. No entangles there. Keeper of the Grove wanted that last shot, as that Alchemist did so much work, well, absorbing damage with the Blade Master. I believe he even got the item. Did he get the item? No, did not get the item. Goblin Alchemist able to pick up that Wand of the Wind, and now starting to get a little bit of experience for himself after all this time. Oh, I see. How about Passion? He plays small tournaments here and there, yeah. So yeah, basically the tournament scene has really changed, and how players actually earn money has significantly changed as well. A lot of players, um, a lot of players out there have really gone to streaming as their main way of earning money, as opposed to trying to win the tournaments. And because of that, well, it actually doesn't make a lot of sense for a lot of professional players to play in tournaments if it means that it's going to take away from their streaming schedule. So this weird situation where the streams just don't justify nearly or the tournaments aren't as big of a draw for the players as they once were. Stopped in 2020. Yep. Coming back through, Blade Master once again able to stop that entangled gold mine. Blade Master now trying to take down those wisps. Should be able to take down 1 or 2 as he gets up to level 3 now. Level 1 mirror image being chosen, as the Blade Master wants a way to break out of entangles if the time comes. Keeper of the Grove, while staying relatively close to this entangled gold mine, trying to make sure that he's able to step up that economy. Meanwhile, Staff of Teleportation inbound for that Blade Master to heal back up, get some clarity potions, and perhaps make its way back down, as the Shadow Hunter getting some, well, creeping by him lows himself, now nearly at level 3. Alchemist looking to clear out this 5-4-4 creep camp and get to level 2. Army size is 49 compared to 44. Economic advantage finally taking hold for JohnnyCage. Meanwhile, Xinxin does have a bit of a hero level advantage, nearly level 3 on that Shadow Hunter, and also having, well, what I would call the superior army with Raiders, Raiders and Shaman. Raiders also with Purge, and that Serpent Ward, once it gets to level 2, does do a lot of damage. All right, Null Overseer trying to find its way back home, getting padded around as the Shadow Hunter does get to level 3. A lot of powerful items there. Rune Bracers may not be, well, the item, or may not be the item he really wants. May try and sell that, since there isn't that much direct damage from the opponent's heroes. Coming back down to the south here, Healing Spray now ready for all of these units here, keeping this army nicely topped off as this expansion is up and operational. All right, one of the big changes in terms of balance is that Keeper of the Grove's Tranquility will go from, I believe, a 1 minute cooldown to a 2 minute cooldown, making it so that Keeper of the Grove isn't just constantly able to use that ultimate ability over and over and over again without any, well, without any real fear. His ultimate ability is so effective in and out of combat, making the Keeper of the Grove's ultimate ability that much more deadly. Coming back through, we're now looking at Treants now making their way over. Blade Master trying to take down Raiders, taking down these Moonwells, and having a wall of Serpent Wards actually acting as defense against these highly vulnerable Huntresses, as that piercing damage 14 to 16 piercing. Well, actually, is it level 2 healing spray? Yeah, it's only level 1 Serpent Ward, but that's still enough of a deterrent for JohnnyCage, as, well, one volley from those 4 would deal over 100 points of damage to a single Huntress. Thank you for the sub, PJ Nom Nom Nom. Every little bit, every sub definitely does help keep this channel going, as well. Obviously, during the Christmas time, I was unable to cast a lot of videos, so you need to get those views back up. Thank you again, PJ Nom Nom Nom. And a shout out to everyone out there. If you do have, well, an Amazon Prime subscription and want to support the channel and watch on YouTube, definitely consider my channel, as well. It definitely does support me. Archers now continuing to poke around back here as Shamans are trying to pull their way back. 49 supply compared to 52. A massive battle happening here as Lightning Shield now finally going down onto the Blade Master. Blade Master trying to find a couple of easy targets, ends up getting Wand of the Wind picked up by that Goblin Alchemist. Voodoo Lounge now being placed down in the back there as the one Wind Rider in the back and getting pelted down by those archers, as the Serpent Wards still unable to focus down those Huntresses nearly enough, as the Shadow Hunter could get taken down. Potion of Vulnerability being used there as the, well, healing spray, keeping this party going for the Night Elf army, as they're constantly healing up unit after unit. Shadow Hunter in dangerous ground right now, down to 37 hit points, as we're looking at the level up on that Blade Master sitting at level 4, as the units are in a massive retreat. All right, a couple of grunts could get taken down. Huntress gonna get that one final shot off. Keeper of the Grove at level 3. Alchemist still staying at level 2, as, well, Xinxin now in a bit of trouble. The economic advantage of JohnnyCage really starting to pull ahead, as JohnnyCage was able to rebuild up his army and train up more units, even though he's lost a number of Moonwells. All right, coming back through, Goblin Alchemist sitting at level 2, and Shadow Hunter getting up to level 4. That is going to be a big deal, as it will open up level 2 Serpent Wards. Blade Master is already at level 4 here, so this level up for the Shadow Hunter is going to be key, as we see some big critical strikes now going down. Dust of Appearance or Reveal, and now scouting out this location here against Xinxin. This is going to be level 4 for the Shadow Hunter. However, this, because of that little bit of a reveal, was... Right. Yeah, because of that little bit of a reveal, the Keeper of the Grove knows he is able to clear out this Goblin Laboratory without any fear of getting scouted out. So just a little bit of peace of mind there. Also, seeing that there is currently no expansion up, but an expansion could get underway. I believe a tiny Great Hall is already in order. Well, there's that Great Hall being placed down now. All right. Alchemist sitting at level 3, Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 3. We could be looking at Scrolls of Healing, Scrolls of Protection, ready to move together again once more. Level 2 or level 2 Serpent Wards. Well, that's still the level 1 variety. So apparently he didn't use that ability until after. We are looking at a replenishment potion there. Shadow Hunter needs to make its way over, as the tiny Great Hall is completed, but the Huntresses and Archers are already there. Xinxin does not have enough time to properly set up the Serpent Wards this time around, as, well, the Huntress is already in the proper position. So being late to defend means that these Serpent Wards are not going to be nearly as effective. 27 to 30 damage per attack, though, and going to be able to poke apart pretty quickly, as the Raiders are getting, well, suffering quite a bit of damage from that Huntress Glaive bounce. Healing Spray coming back across here. Shadow Hunter doesn't have that much mana, as a Voodoo Lounge now needs to be placed down. 37 supply compared to 55. JohnnyCage is just, well, pedal to the metal, keeping his foot down there, as the Shadow Hunter unable to, unable to teleport out to try and buy some more potions. 37 supply compared to 54. More healing spray coming back on through. It looks as though, yes, the Shadow Hunter was taken down. No potion of invulnerability there. And JohnnyCage able to really just put pressure down on his opponent. All right, what happened to Beastmaster? The Beastmaster still a common, or still a situational hero. With more access to purge and more ways to get rid of summoned units, it hasn't been that powerful of a hero choice as of late. Anyways, sometimes you'll still see a Beastmaster first in occasional situations. All right, replenishment potion being left behind here. A Goblin Alchemist staying at level 3 could get to level 4, clearing out a difficult creep camp now. And well, all JohnnyCage is doing is trying to extend his advantage, allowing that economic advantage to pull him through. Main gold mines still have about 7 minutes of mining left, as the Goblin Alchemist looking to clear out this Magnetar Reaver creep camp. Xinxin, meanwhile, on the other hand, hoping to try and take or get some sort of advantage over his opponent, able to catch a Huntress in a transit. Level 2 weapon and armor upgrades are done, but the Blade Master really knocking on these Moonwells is not going to be able to do all too much. Well, unless enough Serpent Wards are placed down. Huntresses are now coming across here. Another Serpent Ward needs to be placed down. And triple Serpent Wards, that could be exactly what the Doctor ordered. One Serpent Ward already taken down. A second Serpent Ward going to get focused down here, as we're looking at Immolation Aura on the Alchemist, as we see a quick disenchant removing that lightning shield here. This seems like a little bit of a desperate attempt, as the Keeper of the Grove able to continue to hang around in this battle. Ensnare, as now JohnnyCage could be in trouble. The Moonwells are pretty barren and empty, as we see an Entangle go down on the Blade Master. No mirror image to try and break free there, as the Grunts are getting cleaned up. One or two more arrow shots could be enough to take down that trailing Grunt, but no, that Grunt able to survive. Huntress is trying to lead the charge here. 65 supply compared to 38. Army size 30 compared to 50. And there is still a slight level advantage for the Shadow Hunter. He's at level 5, but without enough mana behind him, he's not going to be able to do all that much. Also, I think level 3 Serpent Wards would have been better, as he needs to find a way to deal damage. The Blade Master just doesn't have enough items to really be a big threat, especially only at now getting up to level 3 critical strike. Perhaps we'll be able to get in some big bursts of damage now, but that is a very big if, especially with the Keeper of the Grove and the Goblin Alchemist clearing out this bottom right hand side Magnetar Reaver creep camp and picking up perhaps another very useful item. 74 supply compared to 41. Medallion of Courage going to be picked up by that Alchemist. Now strength and intelligence, exactly what that Alchemist needs. More hit points and more mana, as this army of Huntresses and Archers with 2/2 upgrades going to go ahead and head back home to try and defend. Blade Master sitting at level 5 here. Blade Master with that Lightning Shield looking to rack up a bit of damage. How much damage can he really do? No mirror image at all, as the Blade Master able to perhaps try to slice and dice his way through a couple of units here. Blade Master, however, does have a potion of lesser invulnerability. Will he be able to break free? Yes, he will. And we now see level 5 on that Goblin Alchemist. Level 3 healing spray to keep all of these units alive and well. Another Scroll of Protection could be useful to just try and have a bunch of damage mitigation between healing spray and armor. Those armor upgrades and weapon upgrades really having a big toll here. Kodo Beast doesn't have anything in its belly, doesn't have the additional upgrades either. Serpent Wards trying to poke its way through. There goes one building there, one Ancient Protector protecting. Kodo Beast going to try to chomp on a unit there, trying to equalize things as the Blade Master tries to birth down this Goblin Alchemist. Entangle now going down on the Blade Master. Blade Master, is he going to be able to break free? Level 5 on that Keeper of the Grove. Kodo Beast gets taken down. Staff of Preservation saving more units, as the Goblin Alchemist continues the healing spray. And Snare is not coming down quickly enough, but the Alchemist now down to 195 hit points. Is it going to be enough, as he's trying to break free and able to get to a Moonwell in time? Army size advantage just became too much, as Xinxin overplayed his win back in JohnnyCage's base. He was able to take down a couple of Moonwells, and maybe should have just continued that hit and run tactic, he overstayed his welcome just a bit, and as more units were reinforcing, it ended up giving JohnnyCage enough kills to equalize that level advantage. Once that level advantage was equal, the economic advantage of JohnnyCage to just continually crank out more units, even though they were just mass tier 1 units in ancient from the Ancient of War huntresses and archers, because of that weapon upgrade, able to deal damage against the shamans and the raiders of Xinxin. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's take a look at the final scores here.